Now, I think this is the first lesson of your second term. Okay, children? So, previously I have taken you the lesson that is archaeological sources and an introduction to history and all that. So, now as the syllabus has been reduced, so I will be taking you from the second term questions. Okay? So, from that history, part 1, it is from your book part 1, that is lesson number 5. The culture of the Vedic period. Okay, lesson 5, that will be your first lesson. Okay, for this term that will be your first lesson, that is the culture of the Vedic period. Okay, so now the Vedic period or Vedic age is the period in the late Bronze Age and early Iron Age of the history of India. Okay, this is just an introduction. Okay, so now with the arrival of the Aryan race, which was originally from Central Asia, a new culture emerged in India. That new culture only is called as the Vedic culture, the period between of the Vedic culture. Okay, now the period in which the Vedic literature is formed is called the Vedic period. Understood? The period in which the Vedic literature, Vedic literature was formed, was established. That is only called as the Vedic period. Understood, children? So, the word Veda means knowledge. Veda means knowledge. Okay, the word Veda, it means knowledge. Okay, there are 4 Vedas. As I explained to you about the Varnas. Okay, Varnas will come later on, but now it is about the Vedas. In the beginning there were 4 Vedas, that is the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, the Sama Veda and the Atharvana Veda. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda and Atharvana Veda. Among these, the Rig Veda, it is the oldest Veda. Okay, it plays a very important role. Okay, these Vedas were in Sanskrit. Whatever the 4 Vedas, how many Vedas? The 4 Vedas, it is in the Sanskrit languages. Okay, and were oral form. They were in the oral form. The river Saraswati always frequently mentioned in Rig Veda. When you talk about Rig Veda, they often the word Saraswati river. Okay, Saraswati river Saraswati is frequently used there. Okay, I told you that is the 4 Vedas existed. That is the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. Okay, children. So now, the Gagar river, which disappeared in Thar desert of Rajasthan, is believed to be ancient river Saraswati. As I told you, in the Rig Veda, very frequently the river Saraswati is mentioned often. It is also mentioned that Helmand river of Afghanistan, the ancient Saraswati river. Okay, now the 4 Vedas are related with literature. Literature were formed during the period of Aryans. Okay, the 4 Vedas and the related literature. What was the Veda? Knowledge. I told you the word Veda means it is knowledge. Okay, so now the period of Rig Veda. The period of Rig Veda is called as the pre-Vedic period. Pre-Vedic period. Okay, what is the pre-Vedic period means? In India was the time of the Indus Valley civilization. During the time this Veda existed, that is in the period between time of the Indus Valley civilization. Only little fact is known about the pre-Vedic period. That's because there is no any written evidences. There is no any written records. Okay, but that is the Harappan civilization, Mohenjo-daro civilization. From that side, which all the things they collected, maybe metals or copper or stones, whatever it is, from that they collected evidences and they make it as the pre-Vedic period. There is no much information about the pre-Vedic culture, as because there is no written records at all. Okay, so now pre-Vedic period. During the pre-Vedic period, what was the condition of the social life? What was the condition? How the society was? So during the pre-Vedic period, that is, family was the basic unit in the pre-Vedic period. Father was the head of the family, patriarchal family. Father was the head of the family, and moreover, joint family system was also in practice. Okay. Now, the prisoners of war, those people who are captured, the prisoners of the war, they are called as the dasas. What they were called as? They were called as the dasas. Okay, but they were treated as slaves. They were ill-treated. The people, the captured one during the war, many people, many soldiers or many of the people would have been captured. So those people are considered to be the slaves. They were treated as slaves. The Aryans knew the liquor. They know the existence of liquor also. What is that liquor called as? Soma and Sura. What is that? Soma and Sura. That is about the social life. In social life, family was a basic unit. And in pre-Vedic period, father was the head of the family. And moreover, joint family also existed. Okay, and the prisoners of war were treated as the slaves. Next comes the position of women. How the position? The women held a respectable position in society. The women were given much importance. They were respected by the people. Okay, they even participated in political institutions. Okay, and widow remarriage was in practice. Okay, widow was again remarried. That was also in practice. Women also studied Vedas. They were given equal rights. The rights was given to the women also. They were also the scholars of the Vedic period, like the Ghosha, Apala, Lopamudra, Indrani, Vishwavara, etc. These were all the scholars of the Vedic period. I told you, women were given much importance. They were respected by everybody. They were given position in the political institutions also. Understood, children? And so they can study the Vedas, and probably they became the scholars also. As some of these scholars I mentioned, that is the Apala, Ghosha, Lopamudra, Indrani, then Vishwavara. These are all the expert scholars of the Vedic period. Child marriages and sati system were not practiced. Okay, during the 19th century, that is the period, during the period before they were child marriage, sati system. What is sati system? I explained to you when I explained the first lesson itself. Sati system means what? That is, she also should die on the funeral husband. Okay, funeral fire of the husband. The widow should also, the women also should sit on the funeral fire of the husband. That is sati system. So during this pre-Vedic period, this sati system and moreover the child marriage was not existed. Was not in practice. Okay. So next you come about the economic life. Economic life, that is rearing animals and agriculture. As this period, it became a settled life. It was no more a nomadic life, because they knew the knowledge came because of the Vedas. They know to reason, they know to question. Okay, so during this time, economically they began to do their agriculture and rearing of animals was the basic occupations of the Aryan people. They grew a variety of cereals. They know the agriculture. They know how to grow their crops. So with that, they grew plenty of cereals. They used barley, rice, fish and meat as their food. They knew the use of iron and other metals. They know what is the use of the metals. They know how to use the metals also. Then weavers of cotton and wool, carpenters, blacksmith as well as potters existed. So during the time, carpenters, blacksmith, then potters, these are all the people existed during the pre-Vedic period itself. Okay, pre-Vedic period itself. Agricultural, then medicine and priesthood were the major occupations. Agriculture was the main occupation. Okay, people were not allowed to choose a profession of their choice. See, there also their choice, they cannot choose their own profession. Okay, they were not allowed to choose their own profession. People were allowed to choose the profession of their own. Cows was considered. People, they whatever profession they wanted to do, they are ready to take up. They are given the privileges to choose the profession of their own, whether they want to take carpentry, whether agriculture or something else or priest, whatever it is. So they can take up whatever profession they want. They were allowed. They were allowed to take up any profession. Okay, cows were considered as wealth and very often battles took place to gain them. Okay, these are all the economic life of the people. They began to rear animals and grow agricultural things. Okay, and they know the weavers of cotton and wool, carpenters, blacksmith, these were all the profession. So they can take up any profession of their own choice. That one also was prevailed. Next it is the political life. The chief of the Aryan people, the head of the Aryan people was called as Rajan. Okay, he was not a dictator and his kingship was not hereditary. As I told you, when a king is there, after the father, the son will become the king. Is it? That was hereditary. But here, during the pre-Vedic culture, it was not a dictator, not a hereditary. Okay, the next position cannot come apart to the hereditary. The political institution like Sabha, Samiti and Vidatas, it played a very major role in administration. Sabha, Samiti, these are all the committee. Okay, these are all the political committee which was governed. Okay, which was governed by the people. Okay, the king was also a judge. He himself was a judge. He can give the judgment against anything. He has the authority. Okay, so now, and he can hear to the verdicts, that is the cases. What are the cases? And he can give his decision. Okay, so now, fighting in the battles, protecting the life of people, safeguarding the wealth and the welfare of the people, as well as ensuring the safety of cows were the duties of the king. The king also played a very important role. His duty was to fighting in the battle, protecting the lives of people, safeguarding the wealth. He has to safeguard the wealth, and these are all the duties that was performed by the king. Next it is about the religious life. So the Aryans, they worship many gods and goddesses. Okay, like Indra, Surya, Soma, Varuna, etc. So they were the worshippers of many gods and goddesses. Okay, they worship through gods through the rituals of yajnas. What is yajnas? They do the pujas, is it? The kings perform, the Brahmins or the people who do the ceremonies, yajnas. Okay, so through this yajnas, they worship their gods. So there is only one truth. People preserve it differently. There is only one truth, but the people consider it in a different ways. The ways which they take up is different. let the noble thought come from all the corners of the world. These were the messages of the Vedas. Vedas means knowledge. Okay. So now it is next about the post-Vedic period. What all I explained to you till now, that is the pre-Vedic period. Now it is post-Vedic period. As centuries passed, as days passed, as years passed, the population grew in the areas of Sapta Sindhu. They were populated. Lot of population has increased. There were changes in the lifestyle of the people. The people of the Vedic period migrated to plains of Ganga, Yamuna, and some of them even crossed the mountain ranges of Vindhya and migrated towards the south because their knowledge improved, and so they don't want to stay in a place. So they migrated. They migrated from the places to the mountain ranges of Vindhya and migrated towards the south also, and they began to settle there. Okay. So now what is the political changes that took place during the post-Vedic period? In pre-Vedic period, I told you Sabha, Samiti, this one also played a very important role, and the kingship was not hereditary. But now here, due to the post-Vedic period, the king became more powerful. Okay, the position of Vidata was completely diminished. Okay, it was disappeared. Okay, now even Sabha and Samiti lost their importance. During the pre-Vedic period, they gave much importance to the Sabha Samiti. But here, Sabha and Samiti were not given much of the importance at all. The scope of the king was widened and the kingship became hereditary. Kingship became hereditary. There when I was explaining to you about the pre-Vedic period, there I told you that is the kingship was not hereditary. But here the kingship became hereditary. Understood? You should know the difference between pre-Vedic culture and the post-Vedic period. During the post-Vedic period, the king played a predominant role and the kingship was hereditary. The king himself, he performed certain rituals like Ashwamedha Yaga and Rajasuya Yaga to expand his kingdom. These are all the changes that took place during the post-Vedic period. Understood? I told you there in the beginning, I told you during the there Sabha Samiti, it played an important role. When I am talking to you about the post-Vedic period, there Sabha Samiti did not have any importance and kingship was hereditary from father to son. Okay, next it is about the social changes. Social changes, that is Gotra system started during this post-Vedic period. A 4 ashrama was started. What are the 4 ashramas? That is the Brahmacharya, then Grihastha, then Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. These are all the 4 ashrams. 4 ashrams. First it is the Brahmacharya. Second it is Grihastha. Third it is Vanaprastha and Sannyasa started. Okay, so now the position of women was lowered. When I was explaining to you about the pre-Vedic period there, women was respectable. Women used to participate in the political institutions. But here, women's position became lower. It became opposite. Women's position was not higher. It was lower. Okay? Women were deprived of education. There I told you, women was given studies in Vedas. They became scholars. So many scholars also existed. But now, during the post-Vedic period, women was not given importance. Women were not allowed to do their education and kept away from political institution. Understood? Now the Varna system. I told you that is there it is about the 4 Vedas and now it is about the Varna system the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvana Veda was there. The Rig Veda, it is the oldest of all the Vedas. But now when I am talking about post-Vedic culture, it is the existence of the Varna system. Varnas, the four Varnas, that is the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas and the Shudras. Okay, these four were there. Child marriage and sati system started during this period. There I told you, when I was talking about the prehistoric, pre-Vedic period, their child marriage and sati system was not in existence. But here, this one is in existence. Child marriage is there and sati system is also there. Polygamy started among aristocratic people including the king. Polygamy. There it was. Here monogamy. There was monogamy and here it was poly. Many husbands, many wives, many queens. Okay, they were married how many times they wanted. So this system existed during that is the post-Vedic period. Polygamy started. Okay, now next I am talking about the religious system. There, during the time I told, they worshipped the gods like Varna, Mitra, then Yama, Yashvin. All these gods they worshipped during the pre-Vedic culture. But now here, religious ceremonies became more complex because of the Varna system. The Brahmins were held in a high position. Okay, the Kshatriyas, they were the warriors and the Vaishyas were the tradesmen, they were the businessmen, they were skilled labor, whereas Shudras, they were untouchables, they were considered as the lower caste people, they were considered as the slaves. So due to that only, the ritual ceremonies also became so complicated, complex and complicated. The yagas and yajnas were done frequently. Okay, the kings were used to do the yagas and yajnas and offering milk, ghee and cereals to fire during this yajnas led to the shortage of food itself. The costlier things, the Brahmins, the kings used all these costlier things to do yajnas, milk, ghee. So in that condition, the shortage of food appeared. Okay, food became shortage because of these all the things. Okay, now Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva were considered as major gods. There I told you what it is, the Surya, Soma, then Indra, Ashwini, all those gods they worship during the pre-Vedic culture. But here it is gods like Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, these gods were considered as the major gods. Along with them, goddesses Lakshmi, Saraswati, Parvati and also Ganesha, Skanda and other family deities got very much important. Okay, which all the gods I explained in the pre-Vedic is not connected here. Next it is about the epics. Epics means what? The holy book, the sacred books. That is Valmiki. Valmiki wrote Ramayana and Vyasa, he wrote Mahabharata. These are all the holy books of the Hindus, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. So the Ramayana was written by Valmiki and Mahabharata was written by Vyasa. Okay, so the two popular epics among the Indians. These two epics have guided the life and art of Indian life. So this is about the culture, that is the culture of the Vedic period. So you should understand the difference between the pre-culture as well as the post-Vedic period. Pre-culture there was no written records, but from the evidences they got all those things was there. But when I am talking about post-Vedic culture, it is quite opposite to that of the pre-Vedic period in everything, whether it is the social life, whether it is a religious life or whether it is a political life, whatever it is, there was lot of changes. Okay, political changes, the women were not given any They were not allowed to do their education. They were not allowed to enter into any political field. Okay, and the kingship became hereditary. But whereas it was not hereditary in the pre-Vedic culture. So by now I think you have understood the differences between the 12. Sati system, what do you mean by Sati system? Yes, I told you to enter in the fire along with the dead body of the husband. Okay, so these are all the complicated things that was not prevailed in the pre-Vedic period, but it is prevailed in the post-Vedic period. The women asked to sit on the funeral fire of the husband. Okay, so this child marriage was also existed during the post-Vedic period. So you have to understand the difference between the Vedas and the Varnas. Vedas or 4 Vedas, that is Rig Veda. During the time I told you, during the pre-Vedic period, the Vedas existed. But whereas in the post-Vedic period, the Varna system existed. The Varnas, the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas and the Shudras. So they were the 4 Varnas. Based on that, they were held up with the religious rituals. Understood? So the pujas and whatever it is, it became so complicated. Religious problems became so complicated. Understood, children? So now you go through the lesson from your textbook and you study that one, and I'll be sending you the notes. You just copy down the notes. Okay, children? Thank you.